Alright, welcome back to Carthage. It is honestly not that chaotic. We managed to land in Italy, we managed to butcher Rome, we took Rome away from the Papal States, we grabbed Siena, we grabbed a bunch of land here, and whilst we have been choked in a little bit diplomatically, courtesy of things like French guarantees on Aragon, or French alliances with Naples, or just generally France, despite that chokehold, we'd been doing pretty good ourselves. The master of choking, Urangubic Bane, sadly passed away last time, but notwithstanding, we were able to take over much of Morocco. We've eliminated them as a threat, and unless they pop up some more fort defenses when I'm not looking, they should be easy target next time we come back round for them. We have our own alliances. We have Austria, Castile, Portugal and Savoy keeping us fairly comfortable against enemy attack. And honestly, who would attack us right now? Mamluks and Naples if they think they had the stone. So I'm feeling fairly secure, at least as secure as we can feel here, because we know every election it's chaos time. The next one is a brutal one, and the next election is in a little over a year. So we need to relatively prep ourselves for that. I'm due a rival, but I'm going to pass on that for a little bit, because it might be somebody particularly useful to make as a rival. I don't know who. I've already got Naples and Mamluks. I'm not particularly keen on Venice. I wouldn't mind being able to snag Aragon, but they're a bit small. Or maybe somebody else in Italy that isn't Venice. I don't know. We'll hang around on that. Our most recent conquest was just in time to use our Age of Discovery Justified Wars bonus. We took out what was left of Sardinia after they got kicked out of Aragon. Very useful for us. We're going to bring our lads home, and we are very short on manpower. We have been all campaign, so we might just sit down and suck our thumbs for a little bit. I'm going to keep Rome paid for, even though it costs money, because you never know when I'm going to be surprise attacked in Italy. At least around here, nobody should be able to get to me within time, giving me an opportunity to put up my forts, but we don't know. Are you still forced to do random event choices? Yes, I am, and I need to do 2 after the next election. I think I'm not going to have chaos things like that where I have to keep remembering what I'm doing. I should have it just so that I do them and then we carry on, because it's very hard to create new habits like that after the many thousands of hours I've plugged into this game. Some things are just natural, like event choices. We're over on our Diplo limit, but that is fine, it's worth the security. That said, I really want the next Dip Tech, because that'll give me shipyards, and I need shipyards to get my Navy force limit on the go. As we've seen, we live and die on our Navy. So in recognition of that, let's just pump ourselves out a few more galleys. 7 of those will take us up to 21, which should allow us to dominate anything in the Mediterranean, short of the Ottomans, or maybe Castile if they bring in their heavies. But I shouldn't be fighting Castile or Portugal, because they are my allies. Just checking out their navies there. I'm spying quite a few heavies, and I don't know what they're sailing off to see in the New World. Okay, let's get going, slowly and surely. And hang on. Well, I won't be fighting Castile's navy at least, but Portugal's decided that they don't like me. The reason I took Tangier is because I didn't think that Portugal would turn on me after the alliance that we struck up, but... I have to think hard about that one, because that might make Castile not so friendly with me. Let's improve relations with Castile, and consider turning on Portugal then, if that's the way they're going to play it. Their alliance with Castile, we need to do some probing at that immediately. Oh, what? It's unlikely. It's very likely that they'll keep their cruel ruler. It's very unlikely they'll keep that debt, but they should keep the attitude towards us. Well now, we need to get ourselves a CB on Portugal, because they have just become a very tempting target for us. Let's just start that straight away by spying on them. Excellent, I like that opportunity. I like that quite a lot, even. We'll bring all of our troops back so they are together now. dunk that maintenance for the army, because the navy is what defends us right now. And welcome Age of Reformation. I don't think we're going to be clearing many of these in a hurry. Amazingly, we get Unified Culture as a freebie because there's nobody else in our culture, but we're not going to get Asian Trade. Force convert another nation to our religion. That we can do. As it happens, I don't particularly like Mazab, and I would like to have them go free and be, and then be food for Jered. I'm never going to do it by war. I really like the color of them on the map, so maybe it's not that great an idea. But I think just in the interest of grabbing that, I'm going to tell Mazab that they must adapt to my religion. There we go. They hate my guts, but so be it. They might get liberty support, but that's just a risk I'm willing to take. Colonial nations, nope. Conversion, nope. This one, though, we'd have to complete it, but we can get 3 done. Not that we need that. You should be nice to Mazab for old time's sake. That's one of the few campaigns that I actually just dunked. I don't recall it going to good places. Okay. Right. Much as I love to go gung-ho and just start killing things, we need to be a little bit patient here. We're integrating Marrakesh. We need better relations with Castile, so that I can relatively safely rival Portugal and just ding Portugal. Right, they're only allies, Castile, and Castile won't save them. We need a casus belli and we need our truce to go away. That is the grand plan that I have right now. And it's a pretty good plan. Maintenance. Oh god, galley combat ability would be so good, but so expensive. Let's just... but force limit is needed. It's too good, and this is where we'll be doing our fighting, so let's just Voska that money. It's only going to get more expensive as time goes on. I hope you give Jered the Fazan state as well when you rip the Mamluks a new one. Yeah, there's no point in me having this, so I will happily give it over to Jered. Jered should just get all of this. They've been doing everything for me. Very nicely, even. I have had people just saying, why even keep these two? They barely do anything. But they do slightly more than nothing, so I'm happy enough to have them around. Western Mediterranean islands. I'm oddly enough not too concerned. Oh, that's Western Sicily. These are the Western Mediterranean islands. Well, I'm still not that concerned. Austria is still maintaining control. Didn't they have a union over Burgundy? The same Burgundy that right now allies the Papal State. Let's see, they have restoration of union on Hungary and Burgundy, so it's not looking too good for Austria. Still an ally of mine, is an ally of mine. Since Mazab is already disloyal, are you demanding trade power off them as well? No, I mean, there is a chance that this will tick down nicely on its own. It's not a big chance, but it is a chance. Nobody else is disloyal, so they're not going to get any alliances between my subjects, so I should be relatively safe. Nope, my goal right now, aside from building a bigger navy... Ooh. No spy network on me there, Naples. Build up navy, kill Portugal. The nice thing about killing Portugal is not many other nations care about it. The Catholics all get up in my face because of my domination of Italy. And much as I'd like to kill more, the fact that I am wrong religion, indeed wrong religion group, makes them all really antsy whenever I take stuff over here. I would like to take on Naples. I'd like to do that with a reconquest, but those Neapolitan alliances scare me, both Bohemia and France. I could not take them both on. Well, especially not since I have those holdings in Italy that they would come and body me for. But Portugal, now that's a different story. Why don't we just point the fat finger at them right now? I'm sure Castile won't mind. See, we're all cool, apart from that ally to rival that you have. And then that should give me a boost in spy network, allowing me to fabricate on them. And since Castile do not yet have their mission stuff down here because of Portugal, should be able to deal with that. It might be a problem, actually, that I break the alliance between Castile and Portugal, because then Castile might see fit to go and grab Gibraltar. But I'm relatively confident they'll re-establish that alliance thanks to historical friends, unless they start going to war against each other, but I doubt that'll happen. There we go. Diptech 8 is mine, and I actually, for once, care about that, because I am, for once, going to invest, and I'm going to invest in shipyards. Wherever I can to get the most out of them. Damn, it only really works best on places with no autonomy whatsoever. And I don't have a lot of those on the coasts. Oddly enough, I got Siena. No autonomy there, and I think I fully stated this up, didn't I? Well, Siena, save me now. Give me that extra 2 naval support limit. And just like that, my money is gone, but we actually do generate ducats, so it should be okay. You still have a random event. Oh god, I've been doing that, haven't I? Okay, the random event thing just does not work out for me. I can't remember it whenever an event pops up. Okay, the Papal States. Truce is up. I don't think I have a Casus Belli on them, though. I do not. I don't have good Casus Bellis, apart from on Mamluks in Morocco for conquest. Jake building something. What is this heresy? Well, naval force limit is not that great, and my bonuses towards it are also not that great. Well, they're not guaranteeing Aragon anymore, but they are allied with Aragon. Oddly enough, I could be as well. But I'm no longer so inclined to destroy Aragon. The reason I wanted them was because I wanted this island. Because if I release Sicily will have all the cores here, and they'll allow me to reconquer on the cheap. But fighting Naples is far less cheap, so that's not so good for me. Yeah, I think I'm a bit paralyzed until the next brutal election, which is in 99. As for elections, unless I get some amazing relative, I'm just going to elect somebody different, probably an admin guy, because I've been starving on admin for a long time. We need it for humanism as well, and as it happens, we should be alright when it comes to getting Miltech 9. If I get Miltech 9 ahead of some others, it should put me in a very good position. France is influencing Aragon. That worries me a bit. I hope they don't have the possibility to vassalize them. Surely not. Aragon has plenty of development of their own. And holy moly, that was a very swift rebellion in Tafilalt of all places. They are Moroccan, so they'll probably try to go to Fez. So you guys go and deal with that. Unfortunately, Tafilalt will gain some bad things, but that's just what Tafilalt will do. The election was also supposed to be a random pick. Ah, okay, well, there's that as well. Maybe pay your troops. I don't want to pay them until I need to, but I think I need to now. There we go. It's good to actually have money coming in, although Tafilalt is a... well, until it was taken over there. It should be, once I get it cored properly. But it's not cored yet. And that autonomy thing is hurting me. Natural scientist, eh? What else are we getting? How about extra punishment on that? No, forget that. I think we have punishment enough on this one. Let's grab that extra tax. I want the money. Crack says, glad to have a live stream review before I just binge watched Granada halfway through Naxos. I really enjoyed Granada. Alright, maybe I'll have to just force them into a fight in Tafilalt if this is the way it's going. Our very own Bod Melchart is on the case. Tangier's cored up as well. And, okay, it's election time. That means it's brutal... it's brutal chaos time. I think I've got some of these drawn up. So as ever, it's going to be you who's watching right now that decides what happens, and sadly I have to type this up every time. Brutal chaos. So what are we going to have here? I swear I had it written down somewhere. Ah, yes. We could change all of our gold, copper, and iron provinces into grain, so the usefulness of Tafilalt is immediately destroyed, as well as copper and iron, which are good trade goods. We could be forced to observe our nation for another 4 years. God knows what the AI would be doing at this point. We could maximum exploit all Italian provinces. I have removed the limit on development cooldown, so we would turn them all into as low development as possible. That would mean 111 on Rome, for example. We could kick ourselves financially by gaining 20 inflation, or we could set our dosh to 0. You'll be choosing what happens, not me, but the poll is up, and it's up right now. It should be up right now. Where the heck's the vote? Is anybody seeing it? Because I'm sure not seeing it. It is up. Oh, okay, because I'm sure not seeing it. I like to have it on the stream in those cases. There we go. There we go. Okay. Seems like 20 inflation is very popular, although it's battling it out with turning all of our gold and copper and iron into grain. I was thinking it was going to be burning of Italian provinces or 0 dosh personally, and there were some people saying that they wanted to have the observation going. But when it comes down to it, it's just these two. 20 inflation maintains a solid lead and seems to be keeping that lead. You don't need admin anyway, says Meowzilla. Okay. That hurts me in a place I don't like to be hurt. But it looks like we'll be gaining 20 inflation here. Let's get that chaos vote off of my face. And let's randomly pick. So dip, blue ship, sailing along the something something. Ittle, ottle, black bottle, ittle, ottle, you. Oh. Okay. This is the worst one that I wanted, but we said we'd do it, so we're doing it. How old's this guy anyway? Oh, he's 53. He's gonna crock anyway. And that takes us below 80 tradition. I don't like that at all. Okay, well, how does the inflation work though? Inflation 20. Insert politically incorrect joke here. What? Oh dear. I don't think I've ever had so much inflation. Except for this one time that I was trying to exploit the game for infinite money due to inflation. It zeroes itself down to 1,000 after every turn of the month. But that is very, very unwelcome. Hello, Jake. We came from playing Empire Earth. Ugh. Can't say I have a lot of love for that. Well, suddenly I'm losing a whole bunch of money thanks to all this inflation that I now have. Reducing inflation is going to be very difficult when I have gold and not a lot of admin. The golden era makes it a little cheaper, though. I was thinking about putting my claims on Portugal as well. Algarve seems like the most reasonable one to claim, as well as Ceuta. I'm always told off for the way I say that. Alright, come get some, you Moroccan scumbags. I want to take you to a fight in the Highlands. I mean, I'd rather a fight in my advantage on the mountains, but oh well. Can you hire the inflation guy? Don't think Dobson's for sale, but this guy's a bit expensive. And honestly, he doesn't do that much. I would need to have him for 20 years just to have the same effect as punching this thing once, which is quite a bit. I feel really bad spending my admin on this, but let's commit some a small amount of adminicide. Where are they heading to? Oh, they're going to Marrakesh. That's an excellent place for them to go. I can fight them there and get the mountainous benefit. Good. Oh man, we're never gonna have admin, are we? Still, at least that's the brutal part dealt with. Get our navy back together. take the fight, pay all the money that it takes to restore them. Illustration, he's one of your ilk, don't you know? Alright, let's get that province back, get you away. As long as Tafelalt is done, I can state it up and fully core it up with all that admin that I no longer have. I want that gold. How nice of Marrakesh to come in and help me there. Damn, and the guy I re-elected is garbage at admin as well. At least I'm focusing on admin, but that is not enough at this point. Okay, we've got our province back at least. Let's head back here. No real revolts to worry about, and I'm not going to worry about Sardinians, so I'm certainly not going to pay for my army with this outrageous amount of inflation cost. I just need to get Tafelalt fully cored, and then it'll start making me some actual gold income. 4 gold isn't too shabby. It's not the only one I need to core, sadly. The birth of colonialism. Better randomly take this choice, because it changes everything. It changes nothing. And there we go. There's our full core and Tafelalt. I don't get why this doesn't update until the turn of the month, though. That shouldn't be so impactful on the performance that it needs to be checked so infrequently, but what do I know? Separatism is pretty high. I could reduce autonomy, but I think I'll just let it be. It'll tick down fast enough on its own. Right, Tafelalt, because you need more inflation. Inflation from gold is one of those non-issues, right? You get a tiny amount, but what you actually get is money. Money that can be reinvested into making your economy so good that you don't need to really worry about your reliance on gold. So you should never be scared of gold income causing inflation. Right, what is happening to the Papal States such that they're getting destroyed? Brabantan conquest of Gand is getting them killed. Burgundy wouldn't help them out, which is greatly amusing to me. Venice would save Florence, and Venice is quite bulky. Genoa is another tempting target. For some godforsaken reason, they still have their trade league, but I wouldn't exactly say Nevers and Luxembourg are people that I'm scared of. No, my real goal should be to destroy Portugal in 3 years. So I'll make my claim on Ceuta. I will not claim Gibraltar. That is a fool's errand. My goal on fighting Portugal is to take Ceuta, Algarve, just generally the state of Alentejo, and Ceuta and whatever else I can. There's also Morocco. My truce is up with them in 9 years. I need to be making claims on them too. And as long as I'm still Gucci with Castile, we're going to be giving Italy a wide pass for now, just to let things cool off over there. I generate aggressive expansion way too fast. Is there any point that you wouldn't remove all your corruption? Basically, is corruption always bad? I guess there are some... Oh, let's randomly take this choice as well. Bang. If you were playing for some mega reduction of unrest strategy, then you might want corruption. But there are a lot of bad events, and the sheer fact that it hurts your all-power cost makes it a 99.99% of games or more you're going to want to have your corruption at 0. It's a bit of a resource, right? You can liquidate it for money if you desperately need money and don't care too much about a few bits of corruption. And a few bits of corruption is not the end of the world. But if you have 0 corruption and 3 stability, that is a check for really good events. So consider that as you follow your backup plan. It'll Ottle, Black Bottle, It'll Ottle.